Ladies and gentlemen, after landing in other regions, first the China ROM getting it a good while ago, and then some other regions shortly after that, the 8.3.1 update for the Oppo Find N5 is live and available in North America. In this video, we're going to quickly go over the change log and talk about what is new, and it is a little bit of a mixed bag. We start off here with a feature that I think a lot of people have been wanting since the very beginning. Adds remote control support for Windows PC. You can now control your PC and access PC files remotely with your mobile device. Now, they don't mention this specifically in the changelog, but you're going to be doing this using the O Plus Connect app. Do I stop them? Do I let it continue? Maybe you'll just have to be okay with some noises in the background. Now, I've actually talked about this program already in the past, and I was pretty hard on it. It was very, very buggy and glitchy. It doesn't look particularly good, and when it first launched for Windows PCs, it was missing that remote control feature that was available for Mac users, strangely enough. But Oppo says that now that feature is available. And yes, technically that is true. And as you can see in this image, I actually got it working right out of the gate. And if you bend the thing into this sort of laptop mode, you get this really, really cool looking setup. The problem is I did it this one time. I thought this is pretty cool. I took my photo for the thumbnail and I could not get it to work ever again. If we take a quick look at the application, you can see that one of my biggest problems was that it just would not connect to my phone consistently at all. Seems to be resolved. I can connect pretty quickly, and then I will immediately start seeing files that are on my computer. These photos right here, but also videos, my downloads folder, all that stuff is there. And I can move files from my phone to my computer and vice versa. This remote control option, though, is what is new. Now, here's the problem. I have just selected the remote control option, and here I am on my phone, and when I try to do this, when I try to actually make this happen, it just will not see this computer, okay? And I am signed in on both devices. It saw it once, it worked, and it has never worked again. You can also see down here in this corner, this manual connection mode where you punch in a device code and a password. I've even tried that, and that does not work. So I don't know exactly what the problem is. I have force closed this application and started it over. I've rebooted. I've done everything I could possibly do. I don't know what the deal is. This application has some potential, but man, has it not lived up to that potential. The execution just continues to be rough. Moving down the list, we have some sort of improvement to the network algorithm for smoother network connections. And then under apps, this is a little bit strange. They say they've added the drag and drop feature that allows you to perform actions on images and text in third-party apps. You can drag an image or text from one third-party app into another, and they've added a section for this. Now, what's strange to me about this is Android has had drag and drop for a really long time, so I don't really know fully what they're referring to. If we jump into accessibility and convenience in our settings, you will see right down here, drag and drop, and you will see several different apps are toggleable. We'll try this. We have Instagram up and Discord up. Can I grab this image and drag it over? If I long press on it, nothing's grabbing there. Does it work the other way? Can I grab this image and drag it someplace else? No, that doesn't seem like that does anything either. Now, I know that you can do this. I know that I can go to like Google Photos and grab a photo and drag it into Discord or something like that. So maybe you guys can kind of clarify on this one. Those of you that haven't actually installed this update, you're able to do this, right? Like Google Photos into Discord and things like that. Like, what am I missing here? Does this seem like it's adding anything new besides some toggles in settings? One of the big problems when you're dealing with a phone whose changelog is written in Chinese and then translated over. Sometimes things just aren't super, super clear. Maybe they're a little bit fuzzy. You can now use fuzzy search with space in settings. I'm going to be honest with you. I am not 100% sure what that means. You can now search for app names in settings to quickly view app details or manage the app. That sounds pretty straightforward. So if I'm here in settings and I type in CX File Explorer, there are my app details, and I can quickly force stop it or whatever I need to do. So I don't actually have to go into apps and then search for the app. Actually, that seems kind of useful. They've also optimized the search result display order in settings. This is a cool one here. Adds the speaker cleaner feature. So to access this, you have to open up the phone manager application. So we'll quickly do a swipe down and we'll type in phone manager. There it is. We're going to look down here on the left under tools and then more. Here is the speaker cleaner. Whenever you start it, it's going to play a series of tones that are meant to vibrate dust and water out of your speakers. And I think that that could potentially be useful over time. You know, you're going to have dust and particulate get into your speakers, and this hopefully will do something about that. From there, under System, we have improvements to the floating bar responsiveness of floating apps. Now, there is this little bar when you have a floating window at the bottom that you can swipe up or down on to close or maximize an app. Maybe that's going to be more responsive now. They've improved the animation when exiting the quick settings and notification drawer for better responsiveness. You can tell me, does this look smoother or more responsive? If I had a side-by-side, maybe I could tell the difference, but I don't, so I don't know. Here's another one that frankly I'm just not super clear on. You can now seamlessly open an app from quick functions when the screen is locked. What exactly are quick functions? Logically, you would think you could just jump into your settings and search for quick functions, but that does not turn up anything. What about just the word quick? Do you see any sort of something that could be like quick functions? I'm not seeing anything. And then I thought maybe that's what they're calling the little shortcuts on the bottom corners of your lock screen. But they're calling those lock screen shortcuts, and you can't launch a specific app from those either, so that can't be what it is. I even tried Googling Oppo quick functions, and I got this. Quick functions are features from your phone that can help you during multitasking, settings, smart and convenient, and then quick functions. But of course, there is no section called smart and convenient anymore. So I thought maybe accessibility and convenience would be it, but there's none of that here. There's no quick functions here. Then I thought maybe they meant like the smart sidebar, like you could launch apps with that from the lock screen, but you can't. You can't access the smart sidebar until you unlock, so that's not it. I have no idea. If you can tell me what that is in the comments down below, please do go add that as well. We're adding to a list of things in this changelog that I just don't understand. When notifications are stacked, the latest notification will now display a summary showing the number of undisplayed notifications and their sources. We have improvements to the keyboard layout for more convenient operation and more appealing visuals. And then we have, of course, the latest Android security patch. All in all, this seems like an update that should have been pretty cool. There's some cool stuff mentioned here, but some of it just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And that O+ Connect application is nothing short of a dumpster fire, at least on my computer, every time I have tried to use it. But guys, good news is the Oppo Find N5 is a tremendous device that really doesn't need a whole heck of a lot. It's already, maybe you could call it, the best all-around folding phone, book-style folding phone currently on the market. So again, it doesn't really make that big of a difference if this update was a little bit on the lackluster side, but nonetheless, that is what I have come across that is new. If you have any more detail to add, do drop those comments down below. Subscribe for more content just like this, and until next time, stay nerdy, my friends.